See one apple pick two.
I was slipping through the dial, had watched the news in a while. Turn on CNN, ain't see none of my friends. Swag gave me the blues, they never walked in my shoes. They want us living in fear, it ain't what I'm trying to hear. Switched it over to Fox, kept clicking, I barely stopped. New guests on NBC, no one that represent me. So I got tired of waiting, sit master debate. Give me some headlines, it must be past bedtime. Sleeping on me still like I ain't vitamin D for real. Rep your city, play devil's advocate. Wayne Brady gon' have to smack a bit. Tell me something good, a recipe for success. Give me some timeline, shop session and flight deck. Hey, P, what's next?
Starting off in the Windy City, and no, this ain't Chicago, but this is your boy, Maestro of Ceremonies, and I go by the name of COD Decatur Boy Music, coming back to y'all from a long hiatus, saying hi to all of my supporters, because we don't talk about them other folk, you feel what I'm saying, back? And we just gonna tip-toe back into this thing and give y'all a little short episode, you feel me? And introduce y'all to the transition to Conversations on Wax Network. But this is give me some headlines, and I wouldn't be taking off on the mothership if I didn't have my co-pilot, and he go by the name of
it's your boy P. Henry Trotter the Fourth, aka Home Run Trot One, alias Shawty. Psych, I'm gonna give you two, aka your grandma's favorite house guest, because y'all love that moniker. We back in the saddle, man. The Cowboys. Yippee yippee ki-yay. How you this evening, brother?
Man, I'm doing well, man, and we ain't gonna bury the lead. We got a real professional, you feel me? Got my whole setup over here, and if you see that bracky tacket, you already know what we about to attack it, you feel me? New Czar in town. I think that's what they call the king over there on that side. Nikola Jokic is undisputably him, not Austin Reeves. He running the NBA right now, and he could care less. But we gonna start out talking about them NBA playoffs, and I started with where it finished. P. Because we took about a 2-month hiatus, and that's how long it lasted. We took the playoffs off, covered some players, and other things. But hey man, did you catch any other playoffs, man? Did it work out how you thought it was? Who you had at the beginning of that thing, man?
It did not work out how I thought it was. It did not work out how I thought it was, and it didn't go how I wanted it to go. So neither of those things were true. And if you live outside of Miami and Denver, Colorado, and Serbia, I think is where he's from, maybe. If you live outside of those places, then I don't think it went the way you wanted it to go either.
These are facts, man. Hey, so let's start it off in the Eastern Conference, man. We had a first round matchup between the Heat and the Bucks. Of course, the Heat came out of that one. We had the Knicks and the Cavs, and the Knicks came out of that Cavs series. Surprised me. How you feel about that one? You expected the Knicks to do big things?
I expected that to be the best out of the first round series, to be honest. I expected that one to go 7 games. I didn't. I expected the Knicks. I trust Julius more than I trust Donovan. So yes, that kind of went how I thought it would go.
Facts. Okay, and then we had the Sixers Nets, the KD list, the Kyrie list Nets. Joel Embiid did what he's supposed to do and smacked them up. Then we had the Celtics Hawks, the Frisky Hawks, who beat the Eastern Conference champion Heat in the play-in. They lost to the Celtics in way too many games, man.
Yeah.
So in that second round, we had Heat Knicks. Heat beat the Knicks. Ain't too much to say about that. Jimmy Butler did what he do. 76ers Celtics, man. Did you catch any of that series?
I did. I caught. That's probably the series I watched the most.
Did the Celtics win it, or did the Sixers lose it?
I think The Sixers lost it, man. I think the Sixers lost, man. Like, I don't know what it is about. Actually, yeah, the Sixers lost, and
he said, "Nah, I know what it is. Tell him what it is."
Doc Rivers, man.
Yes.
Doc Rivers, bro. Doc Rivers. And you and I have had this conversation, and it took Doc Rivers with the first established big three. The first established big three, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce. It took them the most games of an NBA champion in history to win that championship with Hall of Famers. Four Hall of Famers.
Yeah, it is.
Four Hall of Famers. Because
we ain't calling them Doc no more till he get another job. We calling them Croc Rivers. You Croc Rivers till you get another job, you fucking phony. If anybody else dumb enough to give you a job, till the end, bro, you Croc Rivers around here.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Let's move on. Yeah.
It looked like I got my beard painted on like Flow Rider this week. I just cut it down with. I don't want no beef. That was speculation. I'm pretty sure he grow it. Yeah, man, Mr. Scapegoat. Nigga had the nerve. I still remember when this bitch ass nigga said he didn't know if he could win a championship with a number one overall pick at point guard when he won one with Rondo. This nigga a clown, man. This nigga told Tim Duncan that he couldn't bring his family on the plane. That's why NBA fans was robbed of Tim Duncan and T-Mac together in Orlando. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
He is also the coach with the most blown 3-1 leads in NBA history in the playoffs. He is also the coach with the most blown. Yeah, he is also the coach with the most blown 3-2 leads in history. And I know what you're thinking. You gotta get the 3-2 to blow a 3-1 lead. No. But when it's 2-2 and they go up 3, he blow 2 elimination games more than anybody ever. That's that guy. And the only thing he ever did right was not fuck up the first super team of this era.
I think about that, bro. Like, you are in
that's the only thing he did right in his career.
All the talent that you have had, you have always been in a position to be in the playoffs for the majority of your career, for you to have the most 3-1 series blown.
This
and 3-2
nigga had prime Blake Griffin, prime Chris Paul, prime DeAndre Jordan, and 2 men who have independently won 6 Man of the Year 3 times apiece. Lou Will and motherfucking Jamal Crawford on the Clippers.
And not to mention
you couldn't get a stronger bench. That's a 40-point bench with 2 niggas. Percentage. That's a 40-point bench with 2 niggas. In the playoffs, you could shorten your rotation to 7. Go small and ball. And it still be Lob City. Don't sit Blake and DeAndre at the same time. He a terrible coach. And to finish my Croc Rivers spiel, fuck him. Cause his script, his greatest coaching maneuver is scapegoating somebody at every location.
Oh yeah.
It was T-Mac in Orlando traded him to Houston. Couldn't get it done as the guy. It was Ray Allen in Boston. He was fucking up the chemistry. He was a locker room cancer. He went to Miami. It was Blake Griffin in LA. Couldn't handle being number 2. Didn't like Chris Paul, which nobody does. Sent Blake Griffin to Detroit. Had to sign there to get the extension he felt like he deserved after all the time he had put in LA. After fucking it up in LA, got traded as a coach somehow. Wow. Oh, no, that's how he got to LA. Nigga fired. Then Ballmer was like, nah, I'm done. He got smart because they had been there, man. He took it pussy to Philly. And Philly a horrible organization. These are the decisions Philly made in the span of 5 years. In the Jason Tatum draft, in the Jaylen Brown draft, they took Ben Simmons.
Okay. Yeah. First overall.
Jaylen Brown went number 3 to the Celtics. When the Celtics took Jason Tatum number 3 overall, they took Markelle Fultz number 1 overall and hired Doc Rivers. And then they let Jimmy Butler walk and kept Tobias Harris. They did all of that in the span of 5 years. Worst fucking organization front office in the league outside of Michael Jordan team.
And told they
failed for a decade to get that 5 years of opportunity. They failed for a decade to get them 5 years of opportunity. Hoarding draft picks, getting away from bad trades, signing bum ass niggas to max contracts because you had to spend to the salary cap. Like, to I think 90% of the salary cap you got to put on your roster. Signing niggas to 2-year contracts, paying them $30 million a year, knowing they ain't tradable contracts. The process took 10 years for them 5 years of decisions. And they got put out the playoffs by Boston. They got put out the playoffs by Miami. They got put out the playoffs by their bad decisions. Year after year, bro. That's the funniest part of it. And Doc Rivers, the worst of all the decisions, because they still could have figured it out. Had an MVP level player and had Ben Simmons, a nigga who could be a decoy and not shoot first point guard, which is rare in this league. And he's 7 feet tall. He a mismatch anywhere. And he faster than other point guards who's small. So he wasn't a liability in any way.
Yeah.
If that nigga would just get in the paint and dribble around, bruh, he could be yoked without the shoe. But Heat Celtics, he took them out in 7. Yeah. They got up 3-1.
Yeah.
Took it to game 7 and then put it on them in Boston. How'd you feel about how that finished out to give us our championship? Because the world was mad as fuck at Boston. And I can't say that I'm disappointed with the world logic.
Boston lost. Like, they lost the series more than Miami won the series. Like, you allowed a team.
They had a 3-1 lead. My bad. This show shit.
They did. I mean, true. They did have a 3-1 lead, but you put a team with a 3-1 lead, you took them to 7 games. You went out and you
Hold up. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure they had a 3-0 lead.
Yeah.
Because them niggas was walking around saying, don't let us get one.
Yeah.
Don't let us get one. Don't let us get another one. Hey, don't let us get another one. They let you get 3. Was you going to take one? Yeah, shit. My bad. You right. Yeah. Boston lost it because they some losers. Once you come back from 3-0, it's in the palm. You got to finish it off.
You
got to.
Like, you got to.
That say everything,
on your floor.
That hit the nail on the head,
floor,
man.
On your floor. You got a game 7 to your
as
floor.
The higher seed playing the 8th seed who lost the first play-in game. And the play-in ain't even been a thing for that long. Bruh, we gonna skim through the West because it was some chalk. Nuggets smacked up the Timberwolves. Suns smacked up the Clippers. Warriors smacked up the Kings. Lakers smacked up the Grizzlies. I don't give a fuck what the seeding is. That's chalk. Nuggets smacked up the Suns. You did. Warriors, Lakers. We gonna talk about this one. That's why I wanted to skim through this one.
Yeah.
Broseph J. Squibbles. Going into this motherfucking series, my dog. They was talking about this shit as the final decision maker, the nail in the coffin to the Curry versus LeBron debate, as if it was ever a fucking debate. Whoever win this series, end the bragging rights forever moving forward. And just like the bubble was the hardest championship in the world to play in, niggas had players meeting that wanted to quit before they ever even got to the playoff part. They were dealing with social justice issues and feeling like they were betraying their own color of their skin by going to fucking work like everybody else had to do. Middle of a pandemic. They eating bologna sandwiches and Mickey Mouse goddamn peanut butter and cheese. You feel me? And cheese. And jelly. And jelly. And jelly. But then LeBron won it. And instead of it being what every basketball player in the NBA called it after that fateful day, the one they was trying to win for Kobe, it became the Mickey Mouse Championship. Not the Kobe Championship, The one that LeBron made sure the Lakers brought home. It ain't the Kobe championship that had a fairy tale ending because he made sure the Lakers brought it home. It's the Mickey Mouse championship. And this series all of a sudden was just a second round playoff series. Talk to me about the Warriors versus Lakers. You caught any of that non-legendary piece of history that won't be a part of the documentary? That if Curry win this shit, it's in the LBJ versus Curry debate. Born in the same hospital in Akron, Ohio, a few years apart, destined to collide on the fate train. Man, I'm a fucking writer. The fate train, that's good shit.
Yeah. I caught one game of it, and Austin Reeves went off.
You were flowing like water.
Yeah.
Fuck Austin Rivers and your dumbass daddy who gave you an NBA career and sacrificed 3 years of the Clippers being good and that being a good role player spot. You shouldn't have got minutes, and they hated you for good reason. I don't care that you developed into a decent player. Yeah. I'm making you plural. Fuck it. That's your pronoun. You, they, them, nigga.
Yeah.
Is that ignorant? I don't even know if I could do that.
I don't know either. So I'm gonna move on from it.
I just know back in the day, whenever you wanted to insult a nigga, you just called them a gender that wasn't the gender you was. You feel me? Fuck it. I ain't even calling niggas genders no more. I'm calling niggas animal. You fucking panda. You feel me? Panda ass nigga. You fucking lemur. Lemur face ass nigga looking like a bobcat. You fucking. What them things called? They got the you fucking meerkat. Do your thing. Fuck that nigga.
Nah, man. I mean, that series came out the way I wanted it to come out.
I'm a timestamp that because people gonna watch this on YouTube, but they gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna click on this fuck Austin Reeves section because I feel that. Austin Rivers, not Austin Reeves. Shouts out to Mr. Swift.
I didn't catch a whole lot of it, man. I just realized
that nigga dating Taylor Swift, cuz.
Oh, congratulations to cuz. I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna put up my tweet from when I found out. I put up a tweet that was like, man, they finna be clowning the fuck out the Lakers whenever we getting beat. They gonna start jamming Taylor Swift. Now we got bad blood when we go to Denver and shit. You feel me? When they smacking it. Don't let us fuck around and be down by 22. They dropping that shit straight in. Uh-oh. I forgot the hook, but y'all know the song. Shouts out to Taylor. Yeah. How that shit go?
I don't know.
It feels like one of those nights. We ditched the whole scene. It feels like one of those nights. We end up doing some shit.
Yeah, I have no clue. I just started listening to music.
She say recently. 22 a bunch of times at some point, and it go up though. I like the song. So don't come at me. You feel me? Unless you singing it. You feel me? Don't come at me unless you singing the words. I'm talking about to the audience. Oh, that's not the Bernie Mac. I'm gonna forever say it like that. Rest in power, Big G. We got a lovely audience out here tonight. You feel me?
Tonight.
I gotta start over there like that. You feel me? Welcome to Conversations on Wax Network, and this is Give Me Some Headlines. Gotta start saying that thing like it's call sign. I'm gonna record that shit and just start hitting click. You feel me? Putting that shit in the pre-production, and then it just fading in from that headlines. Hey, get old girl to do a take. Let's get a bunch of people doing takes. That's gonna be how we do niggas. Like, you know how the radio station come by and they be like,
yeah,
it's 6 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock at time of Grade Street. And then they cut in. Yeah, man, this your boy Shala McGee and Angela Gee. And
my girl DJ Envy.
And he said, "What's your name?" He looked at DJ Envy straight in that nigga face and said, "What nigga? Huh? What's your name?" He said, "DJ Envy." He said, at least he ain't called me a girl. But my bad, bro. Talk about the you say you watch. What was your conclusion on the I give you the final word on the Lakers, and then I let you speak on the Western Conference Finals.
I'm glad Bron won that just simply because of the playoff head to head. Steph had the he had the lead, and so Bron got that closer to 500. So I was very glad for that outcome. As far as the Western Conference Finals, it didn't go out how I wanted it to go. I definitely thought that.
Oh, my bad. I was just going to let you do your thing because I had talked so much about the Warriors. For the listeners in the audience who ain't watching on the audio cast, the Western Conference Finals featured the Lakers versus the Nuggets, and the Lakers lost in 5.
No, they lost. They got swept.
You are correct. The Lakers lost in 4 games. I refuse to say that other phrase about my team. The Lakers lost in 4 games.
Yeah, man. It didn't go how it was supposed to.
This nigga a dirty rascal. How many games New Orleans lost in, nigga? And a beignet and a porn star. We'll talk about that another show. We'll talk about that next week. It's one of the headlines that I done wrote down. You hear me? Next week gonna be a fire show, y'all. It's gonna be a big ass conversation on wax, and we might have some guests pop in and out for a few topics. But yeah, do your thing, babe.
Western Conference Finals, Nuggets versus Lakers. I thought the Lakers could pull it out as long as that series went on. When it went up 2-0, once they got that third one, I knew they probably weren't gonna get that fourth game. Like I was like, man, just pack it in because the Nuggets just look way too good. Like as far as team ball goes, they looked very cohesive, and the Lakers did not look cohesive whatsoever. Jamal did. Jokic always does what he does. Jamal was healthy, and he played with the vengeance that I thought he was going to play with. Now that he's healthy, like he's healthy. So yeah, and it was just a wrap because the players
that made me sad
show up for the Lakers were just not.
The thing that made me saddest about this whole playoff run, and I ain't said shit about this team the whole time, cause they beat my Lakers in 4. But I really like this team that played the Heat in the championship and won in 5 games. They only lost 4 games in the entire playoff run. Up there with the Lake Show and some of the other great runs up there. And before I say what I'll say, I'll go ahead and say this. To absolutely anyone who is fixing their lips to say, man, it's one of the easiest runs to a title in NBA history. Let me just remind you that the reason you play 82 games, I'm going to look directly into the camera when I say this, talk directly into the microphone. The reason they play 82 games is to determine the seeding for the playoffs. And when you are the number 1 seed, you have the easiest path to the finals. You have home court advantage, and you play the worst seed possible. It is why they play 82 games from October to the end of April. The number 1 seed supposed to have an easy path to a motherfucking championship if they do their damn job. For anybody who was the number 1 seed and didn't win the title, don't let them sit around talking about they didn't fail. Yes, you did, Giannis. You didn't do what the Nuggets did as the number 1 seed to an 8 seed. You failed. Guess what? You lost. You're not LeVar Ball. You're Lonzo Ball. Oh, pray for Lonzo. Yeah. And on that note, And on that note, oh, hello, friends. I'm COD the Caterboard Music, and you may currently find me in the dentist office where I just was hanging out, kicking it with the new Czar in town. Congratulations, final MVP and champion, Nikola Jokic, and your partner, Jamal Murray, and what's they got? Michael Porter Jr. and Chris Braun, whichever one you want to go by. Your druther. KCP, you got my Lakers a championship. So I love you, and I respect that Kobe championship you won. Shouts out to those guys in Denver. Celebrate. And when I come out there, smoke one with me. Moving right along to something that isn't quite as sweet as the pain. We talking about a little Novocaine. We gonna take it on over to the dentist office, to the wrong type of drill music. You feel me? hey, that's my brr, that's my brr. Hey, my brr, that's my murder. You feel me? And we gonna start off with a little Reddit read. What is the worst dentist experience you've ever had? I'm gonna give you two, and then we gonna toss it to somebody who got some recent experiences they may be able to speak to. Drilling a cavity. They didn't give me enough to numb my jaw. I told him to stop because I could feel it. He just said he'd be done shortly and kept going. Second person worst experience with a dentist. A dentist rear-ended me and totaled my car. These dentists, the menace out here. You feel what I'm saying? These niggas out here fucking up teeth and the streets. You feel me? P, I tossed it to you. And I got a few more scores I might drop too.
No, the procedure going on.
It's a chop session. My bad.
So your dog has had. I kind of lose count. I think I've had a lot of mouth oral surgeries over the past several months. It started off with a deep cleaning, which sounds harmless, but when they throw that deep in front of it, man, it is not pleasant. When they throw Novocaine in your mouth to clean your teeth, they about to really get them elbows in there and get on your ass. So it started off with a deep cleaning. That was a few months ago. And then they prepared your boy for a root canal. And when it comes to
we're going to get to the bottom of this. Get to the root.
Man, the worst part about the root canal was, and so with the deep cleaning, I learned my lesson, is it ain't the actual feeling that bother you. And so I had to get, with the deep cleaning, I had to get two Novocaine shots. For the root canal, I had to get 2 Novocaine shots.
Hold on. I'm going to interject stories in between yours. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's what's up.
I needed 12 fillings. They gave me no Novocaine. Oh, I was 12 and needed fillings. They gave me no Novocaine. I made sure not to scream because I thought it was all normal and didn't want to seem like a bitch. I proudly told my mom after that I got them done with no Novocaine, and she flipped her shit on the dentist. These niggas got some wild ass stories, but I'd have been in that bitch tripping. Fuck you talking about? Soon as I heard, I was like, hold up, this ain't right.
Yeah, it's not, bro. So what you're looking like, they drill, I don't even know, like, look up root canal. And I told my lady I got to get a root canal, and she told me don't look it up before you go do it. She's like, I never had one done, but I've heard about them shits. And if you go look it up before you do it, you're gonna feel a whole lot different. And so what I did was I called my doctor. I was like, can I bring some sunglasses and some headphones in there? Because I do not want to listen to anything that happened. Because that deep cleaning had me shook with the sounds that I heard with nothing on my ears. The root canal is two-parted. The first part is they drill all the way down to your nerve. They remove the nerve.
Hold up.
I'm holding it up because I think my dog is about to show you what a root canal is, and like what you have to go through. So yeah, they take a drill.
Start playing the fucking music.
They take a drill. They take a drill. They drill all the way down to the root. They remove that guy. They remove it. And then they clean it all out. Which is what you're looking at there. They press the joint in there. Yep. They replace the nerve. They fill it up. So this happens in a
Where they get
two-part.
that pink shit? That's a different nerve. Where they get that nerve from? Yeah,
Nah, bro. It's a manufactured nerve. I have a mechanical nerve or whatever the hell it is, I guess, in my shit. So yeah,
they know where you is at all times now.
Probably.
You got one of them people trackers in.
Probably.
You gonna be one of the people that aliens beam up. They gonna think it's the rapture.
And so,
you ever think that when niggas think about the rapture, is niggas getting beamed up into spaceships while the Earth was a cataclysm was happening back in the day?
Maybe.
Crazy ass earthquake and niggas was just beaming up, and they're like, "Oh damn, but your boy though," and they was like, "We ain't probe you, cuz."
Yeah. I don't know, probably. But that's what a root canal is. Today, I went in, I had to get 5 fillings and 3 sealants. It ended up being 8 fillings and 3 sealants. And I had to get 5 Novocaine shots in my mouth. So right before this show, about an hour before this show, was my mouth finally was unnumb. And now I'm feeling like the pain of it. And I have no pain medication.
Hey, y'all don't even know. This that nigga great. Pee through the wire game. That nigga, the left side of his face, digging for. That way you had it, ain't it? You had a lockdown on the left.
Yeah. It was 3 shots.
That's the side. That thing thick. You left-handed. You don't know which side the left side of your face is off the top of your head.
Yeah.
You had to touch it. You're like this side right here. You hear me?
Well, for the folks who looking straight on, they might not see what the left side of my face is.
When you watching your joint, do you have your image flipped so that you see yourself how you think you are?
Mm-hmm. No, but the best thing about my dentist is she's super personable.
Califragilisticexpialidocious.
She's older. She's a hot girl. Like very white. Always wear makeup. Like she loved chatting me up.
I thought you were saying she was from New Orleans.
No. She from Turkey. She Turkish.
Shouts out to me though. I made this video behind me from several other videos, by the way. This ain't just one video.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, Preparation H. All up in your ass. She from Turkey?
She from Turkey.
Go ham then. Make a club sandwich.
And she always reaching over me.
Get that. I said that to a girl from Turkey. She ain't give me her number. She did.
That's right.
She was cool. She was cool on it. And I was all right, but I had a good time. I enjoyed that joke. Told it 3 more women that night. Got one of their number. Shoot. You feel me? Yeah.
Fair game.
Straight up pointed out. That bitch right there from Turkey. She was like, where's this going? Like, nah, let me take you there. That bitch from Turkey, right?
On the worst feeling I had today, man, the Novocaine didn't work. And they started drilling, and I was like that kid in that first story. Like, I didn't scream at nothing, but I like reacted. Like my body jumped, and she was like, "Oh, are you not numb?" I was like, "No, I am not."
Yeah, sometimes they go too far and just shoot it into open space instead into the nerve.
Man, well, the front of my chin and shit was like bulging earlier.
Yeah, that's the open space.
Yeah.
If you don't hit the nerve, you're not gonna numb shit. That's what feels stuff. You feel me?
Yeah, but that there. Long story short, man, go to the dentist. Pete went through that, so hopefully you didn't have to go through that. Go to the dentist, man. Get your joint checked out. Like get your teeth cleaning every 6 months or however. frequent you feel like you
And if
need
you
it.
a hood nigga, go get you a job that got good benefits and work for 3 months real quick. Get all your work done and shit, and then go do your thing, man.
And then you go, yeah, for real. But
It
it's
ain't
important,
fraud if
though.
you really work the job. They're just working a job.
Yeah.
And why are you working that job? Shit, I'm working the job because I want health benefits. What they gonna say? Oh, this nigga here scamming, going to work every day and shit, trying to go get his health in order.
Well, I go to my PCP and I'm going to the dentist. I got to get these teeth right. I'm going to be sexy accepting these awards when I step on that stage. Y'all gonna see me smiling. I ain't gonna be sitting behind that mic no more once everything get really popping. But yeah, man, go to the dentist. Like if you pay that $6 a month, $6 to $18 a month for that policy for a reason. Don't let that bread go to waste because it is. When you got to do a whole bunch of stuff to get caught up on what you done missed out on all this time, it is not fun. I have been to the dentist at least twice a month for the past 4 months. That shit is not fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's part of why we took that long ass hiatus. This nigga mouth is jacked up.
jacked up, man.
Nigga come straight off of surgery and then have to travel for work.
Square business, man. Yeah. Welcome to Los Angeles Country Club, home of the 2023 U.S. Open Championship, won by Wyndham Clark, 1 stroke over Rory McIlroy.
Abraham Ancer, Richard Brand, Dean Burmeister, Laurie Cantor, Paul Casey, Eugenio Chucata, Bryson DeChambeau, Sergio Garcia, Taylor Gooch-ie, Brandon Grace, Sam Horsfield, Charles Howard III, Dustin Johnson, Matt Jones. I just found my favorite golfer, y'all. Martin Caber, Steve Juan Kim, Brooks Koepka, Chase Koepka, because I'm going to bring my team with me, Doug. Jason Kokrak. Okay. I found my second favorite golfer, Airbnb Lahiri. I'm playing Anir Ban Lahiri, Danny Lee, Mark Leishman, Lyman, whatever, Graham McDowell, Phil Mickelson, the boy, the ageless wonder, the kid, not Jedediah, but Phil, Jedediah Morgan, Sebastian Munoz, Kevin Na, Joaquin Neiman, Luis, what's his name is, since you know him? Oosthuizen, Carlos Ortiz, Mito Pereira. I always find it funny when somebody fuck up a name, somebody give it to them and they can't process it and they fuck it up again. Pereira, Pat Perez. I'd love it if I did it just then. Thomas Peters, James Piot, Ian Poulter, David Puig, Patrick Reed. Your name don't rhyme. Charles Schwartzel, Cameron Smith, Brandon Steele, Heinrich Stenson, Cameron Tringale, I'm gonna call that nigga Triangle, Peter Whalen, Harold Varner III. His daddy said, I got a good idea for a name. Scott Vincent, I'm gonna name him after my daddy.
Varner's
That's your
black.
name. Huh?
Varner's black. He all black.
He's still named after his granddaddy.
Yeah, he
Bubba
did.
Watson, Lee Westwood, Bern Westberger, Matthew Wolf, man. But shouts out to the Gooch and to Peters. You feel me? Them my 2 favorite guys. No, it ain't Peters.
It was,
What was that nigga?
Kokrak or something.
Yeah, Gooch and Kokrak. The boys are back in town. Oh, what do all these men have in common? They realize that you only LIV once. You only live once, people. Peace. Talk to him. Yeah.
And this is how the relationship between the PGA and your Only LIV Once golf, the saga went before something spectacular happened. So let's break it down really quickly. And I have a lot of talking points, but we're gonna motor through these guys. Stay with me if you will.
The floor is yours.
October 2021, plans are laid out. Private meeting with golf media members took place to outline plans for a new Saudi Arabian-backed golf series with Greg Norman as the expected commissioner. March 22nd, March 2022, the schedule is announced for this golf series, and it's called LIV Golf. They announced it in June. LIV Golf will begin, and it will feature 8 events that consisted of individual and team play, with prize money reaching $255 million. $255 million exchanging hands in 8 events, the first of which being in London. $20 million purses with an additional $5 million split among the top 3 teams each week. May 10th, 2022, PGA Tour denies players permission to play in London, and Greg Norman responded to that. May 31st, 2022, London Field announced Dustin Johnson headlined that group. Sergio Garcia, Louis Oosthuizen, Ian Poulter, Taylor Gooch, Kevin Na, and Lee Westwood were amongst that field of participants, which my dog kindly read out. June 9th.
You can't throw a party without the Gooch.
Can't throw one. June 9th, 2022, a little over a year ago, the commissioner of the PGA, Mr. Monahan, suspends the defectors. He says, we have followed the tournament regulations from start to finish in responding to those players who have decided to turn their backs on the PGA Tour by willfully violating a regulation. We'll touch base on this a little bit later on. But this also applies to the tours sanctioned by the PGA Tour, the Korn Ferry Tour, the PGA Tour of Champions, PGA Tour Canada, and PGA Tour Latino America. June 9th, 2022,
Hola.
Charles Schwartzel wins the first LIV Golf event. June 21st, 2022, Brooks Koepka signs with LIV Golf. Brooks Koepka is a PGA major winner. Dustin Johnson, also a major winner. Bryson DeChambeau, also a major winner. Patrick Reed, also a major winner. Phil Mickelson, also
Weed is a major winner.
It is. Phil Mickelson, also a major winner. And Abraham Answer were the biggest names playing in that tournament. June 22nd, 2022, Monahan, the PGA commissioner, had a press conference at the Travelers Championship. 5 key takeaways from that. FedEx Cup playoff season gets revised for 2023. Calendar-based season returns. Massive purse increases at 8 events. No free lunch on the PGA Tour. For players joining the LIV Series, there's no coming back. All of these are pertinent points. August 2nd, 2022, Phil Mickelson, among the 11 LIV Golf players, filing a lawsuit against the PGA Tour, challenging their PGA Tour suspensions. August 16th, 2022, Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy, two of the biggest names in golf today and in this generation, host a players-only meeting at the BMW Championship. 1 week and 1 day later, Tiger Woods and that same man, Rory McIlroy, announced its first franchise, TGL, a new tech-enabled indoor golf league. We'll touch base on this a little bit later. But this league...
But wait, there's more.
There's more. And so I do want to go into what that league is and what it looks like, but I'll come back to that. August 30th, 2022, Open champion Cam Smith. The Open Championship is the biggest and oldest major championship. It's held in Europe every year at one of their oldest courses. Cam Smith signs with LIV Golf following his win. September 28, 2022, Jay Monahan, the PGA commissioner, shoots down idea of PGA Tour and LIV Golf coexisting. This is huge news. October 5th, 2022, LIV Golf adds strategic alliance with development MENA Tour, which is the Middle East and Northern Africa Tour, in effort to gain official World Golf Ranking OWGR ranking points. October 6th, one day later, LIV Golf members will not earn OWGR ranking points in Bangkok or Jeddah. OWGR reviewing changes to MENA Tour. October 29th, RA will not ban eligible LIV players from the 2023 Open. R&A is it's the old European PGA Commission. October 30th, 2022, Dustin Johnson leads the Four Aces Golf Club to the first LIV Championship. November 15th, Mr. White folks. November 15th, 2022, Roy McIlroy says Greg Norman needs to go. November 29th, 2 weeks later, Tiger Woods says Greg Norman has to go so we can get some shit done. December 16th, 2022, LIV Golf's Chief Operating Officer, Atul Koshla, resigns. December 20th, 2022, Augusta National says we will allow these eligible LIV players to play at the 2023 Masters. We don't know what the hell y'all talking about. If we want the best players to play,
may I interject some in the timeline?
Go ahead.
Later that very same night, Greg Norman hit him with the Leonardo DiCaprio from Wolf of Wall Street. Guess what? I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
He's standing there like Will Smith when he seen that big Pressiter getting smacked down in the car in Hitch. Just watching it get smacked down.
I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. What did I do?
January 19th, 2023. LIV Golf and
look
the
at that nigga
CW Network.
You see that nigga? My bad. It was BK.
January 19th, 2023. We are in this year. LIV Golf and the CW Network agree on a multi-year TV deal. A week later, January 26th, Jonathan Grella resigns as Chief Communication Officer of LIV. They've lost 2 members of their leadership at this point. February 17th, LIV Golf's antitrust lawsuit against the PGA Tour handed severe blow in federal court. LIV Golf attorneys had attempted to shed light on the PGA Tour's organizational structure and financial dealings. The head of the Saudi Arabia's public investment fund tried to avoid the same fate, claiming sovereign immunity. So he tried to open up the books on the PGA, and the PGA said, cool, we're going to open up your books. And he said, oh, well, hold up, sovereign immunity over here, playboy. Y'all can't do that.
There's a difference between sovereign immunity and them claiming non-profit status.
Exactly. Two big difference.
May 3rd,
difference. 2023. Sergio Garcia, Ian Poulter, Lee Westwood, Richard Bland officially resigned from the DP World Tour. That's the PGA of Europe. May 4th, 2023. U.S. Department of Justice investigates former President Donald Trump
for double penetration.
It is. They investigate Donald Trump for his ties to LIV Golf amid a larger probe.
That old rascal.
Yeah. 2 of the 8 events are held at his golf courses, which is why they investigate his ass. May 4th, the very next day. I'm sorry. May 17th, 2 weeks later. Phil Mickelson.
Oh, I was saying that because he be smashing porn stars. I ain't even know that.
On a DP
he informed y'all. He said on the DP tip. Pause.
May 17th, 2023, Phil Mickelson and other LIV Golf players interviewed for Justice Department's PGA Tour investigation. The very next day, the judge grants LIV Golf a stay of discovery pending appeal. So a stay of discovery is y'all get that immunity y'all was asking for pending review. We are at May 18th, 2023. June 6th, 2023, the PGA Tour announces they have merged with Saudi Arabia-backed rival LIV Golf to form new global entity. June 18th, the Justice Department notifies PGA Tour that it will review that merger with LIV Golf over antitrust concerns. So, folks, we are 18 months in, and a whole lot of mess that happened. And hold up. Remember that TGL league, that Roy McIlroy Tiger Woods league of virtual golf? June 8th, 2023, TGL, the new tech-enabled indoor golf league by Tiger Woods and Roy McIlroy, announces its first franchise. The LA team is now a thing. The owners of the LA team are Serena and Venus Williams and Serena's husband. Owner of what platform? The one my dog was dogging earlier? Reddit.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck them then. I won't be a fan of that team. I hope they fail. Spectacularly.
So
I'm going to root for whatever
man.
Steph Curry team is.
Yeah, so my dog just mentioned Steph Curry he's mentioned Steph Curry's name. Steph Curry is an investor in TGL. And so the confirmed investors with big names are Josh Allen, quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, Steph Curry, point guard for the Golden State Warriors, Shohei Ohtani, pitcher and DH for the Anaheim Angels, Gareth Bale, don't know who the hell that is, Arthur Blank, owner of Home Depot and the Atlanta Falcons, David John Henry, Shaquille O'Neal, we all know who that is, Dwayne Wade, that's who I think that should be. Kevin Durant, Lewis Hamilton, F1 driver, Tony Romo, Justin Timberlake, Sidney Crosby, famous hockey player, Justin Bieber, DJ Khaled, Macklemore, the rapper, Darius Rucker, famous golf personality and lead
Bro,
singer.
you name all these motherfuckers and you gonna qualify to GOAT? You gotta qualify Sidney Crosby? Oh, my bad. Wayne Gretzky. Never mind.
Yeah, hold up.
My bad.
The great one. Hold up.
My bad.
And Alex Morgan.
Don't get me hockey. I know y'all fight about it. I ain't mean it.
So the players. So
they tried to rename my team the Peaches, so they got rid of the Thrashers. Forgive me, y'all. We struggling with the hockey knowledge in Atlanta. I would have been a super hockey fan had they not took my team.
Hockey pretty cool from what I hear. The confirmed players
amazing.
from the PGA are Tiger Woods, Roy McIlroy, John Rahm, Justin Thomas, Adam Scott, Colin Morikawa, Matt Fitzpatrick, Ricky Fowler, Billy Horschel, Justin Rose, Xander Schauffele, and Max Homa. 12 of the best players in the world, and 6 yet to be announced. Tiger them coming for the money. So the way their league is going to work out is it's going to be one venue. 8 teams, one venue in Palm Beach, Florida, on 10 acres. It's going to seat 15 to 2,000 people. It's going to be a big ass IMAX screen is where they're going to drive from. And then they will have, it's going to be 18 holes. And then they'll have within that joint, they'll have like areas where you pitch, drive out of the sand, pitch up out of the sand, and then chip and putt and shit. And so it's gonna be very, very fan immersive. But that shit gonna get money. Big money. But
you're gonna be able to gamble on it.
Exactly.
And they probably negotiated deals for percentages. But notice the amount of teams they chose. Bill Russell's NBA today. Shouts out to us.
Shouts out to us. And we will be covering that league. As your dog P is
voracious
out of golf.
We them soccer golf boys.
Golf boys.
It's already niggas covering the NBA and all that. We soccer golf hockey boys. I'm gonna get back into hockey next season. We turn it up. Shouts out to the VGN. The owner predicted this year from the moment he bought it. Shouts out to the Vegas Golden Knights.
Oh man. The ownership breakdown of TGL is Tomorrow Sports, which is Tiger and Rory. They own 54%. The PGA Tour owns 18%. The franchise owners own 18%, and a player pool gets 10%. That's how that league breaks down. The owners will make money from revenue sharing, sponsorships, merchandise, ticket sales, events, and team media opportunities. But golf is quickly becoming a very, very interesting sport because of, and this is only because of, the existence of the Only LIV Once golf. Had LIV not come along, a lot of these things aren't accelerated. The golf, because the PGA Tour means, oh yeah, these are things we wanted to do, but you're only doing these because you're trying to keep your audience. And so, thank you, LIV Golf, for coming and showing us how competition makes motherfuckers move their ass. When you have a monopoly on something, you can get very, very stale and stagnant, and it can sour the product. But when you get other competitors in the market and they have a product and that product has resources to back it, oh, what a world. Oh, what a world. So the golf boys, man, we finna cook on this golf.
The
shit,
one
man.
thing I would like to point out is that PGA, I know y'all heard the timeline my brother laid out so eloquently for you with me interrupting here and there with some comedy stylings. But yeah, PGA declared that anybody who went to LIV wouldn't be able to come back. Mm-hmm. And while Rory was blindsided and found out when we all did that they were, quote unquote, not merging with LIV, because he didn't announce that in the timeline. When they announced they was investigating, they then announced that this wasn't a merger. LIV was becoming a limited partner or had invested some shit. But anyway, we'll get into that in later shows when we get better details and give you some headlines. But the point is, LIV had existed for less than 18 months and refused to do this deal unless their guys not only got to come back, but kept their contracts. That's how hard they rode for their golfers. And they had only existed for 18 months. The PGA Tour made sure they got their check. And now, Rory, Tiger, and the gang running around trying to find a bag elsewhere. I just like to point that out because we keep it 1,000 here at Give Me Some Headlines.
Mm-hmm. Can I camel back on a point that you just made, bro? Think about that.
Yes, sir.
Think about that. My daughter's pointed out to you that the PGA condemned the defectors that went over to LIV. They call them defectors. They said that y'all can't come back to the PGA because that's y'all went over there. Keep that in mind. The Saudis said, because y'all came over here, we're going to give y'all bag, and we will not merge with the PGA unless y'all got y'all bag. So the PGA kept the people who will remain loyal to them away from big bags, big bags. From $20 million purses and $5 million bonuses every event. You only get those size purses in PGA majors. LIV Golf offered that every event plus a kicker. The PGA kept its players away from that big bag.
Big.
And then went behind their backs and merged with this same group, has a fund that the PIF and LIV will put money into that they can use how they see fit. And they still not giving their players that bag that Saudi said, we're not coming over there unless our players keep their contracts that they signed on to have with us. And the reason why the PGA said that they would not merge with the Saudis is because of atrocities that the Saudi government had undertaken. And we'll never know what those atrocities are. And they were so strong in their America pursuit, but they just merged and taken that Saudi bag, the one that they condemned the players for. When the parents condemn the kids for some shit, that is exactly what this is that just happened. And the Saudis held their dogs down and said, oh, no, we're not doing it. We good how we is. If y'all want to merge with us, fine, dandy. But part of the stipulations is the cats who came over here and said, we going to deal with this ridicule for 18 months, they get to keep that bag that we promised them. And that's on God. And just like that, we back. It's your boy P. Henry Trotter, aka Home Run Trot. Back in the saddle with my dog COD, the Cater Boy of Music. And you know we always come to that part, that wonderful, wonderful part of every episode of Give Me Some Headlines on this here network. And that part that I'm speaking of is... What's the name of the segment, my G?
Hey, could you tell me something good?
Yes, I can. In my Sherman Clump voice. And yes, I is. Shout out to my dog.
Oh, that's that album.
Usually, there's a day in the year that everybody don't look forward to unless they got several children. And that day is tax day. But this tax day, in the year of our Lord 2023, LBJ, something special happened this year, man. Something very special happened on this tax day. We turned up. And you in the community might be saying, what the hell does that mean? What the hell is he talking about? This tax day, this turn up, this tax day. Well, if you can recall, around about this time last year, we made an announcement on this show. Around by Mother's Day. We right after Father's Day. Today is Juneteenth. Shouts out to Black people all over the diaspora, the melanated. Something happened, man. We announced that your dog made a leap in his personal life, got engaged. But this tax day, this turn up, year of our Lord 2023, he got married, man. We went ahead and tied that knot with the old lady, man. Now I got a damn wedding band, dog. Shit crazy, cuz.
Ooh, he fancy.
Shit, hey, you know what I mean? Hey. So when I hit a nigga, I leave a wedding band imprint right in the noggin. But yeah,
the
man.
fuck kind of noise is that? Nigga got recoil on the punch.
But yeah, man. Your dog got married, man. We out here.
You think you will? Chuck Norris punching a horse? What the fuck is that? This nigga crazy.
But man, we out here, man. My dog came out here. Had a little bit of wedding, man. It was cold, man. It was really dope.
Came out there smooth as a jackrabbit. Hey, you talking about? Can I tell you something funny here, bro?
Yeah.
Shouts out to my brother Lane Beezy. Bro, tell you why the nigga, the first thing he said to me when I got back to the team, right? He was like, when you walked up there, I looked at you and I was like, oh, this nigga really gonna keep it jacking like that. Bro, when I tell you, we laughed so motherfucking hard, bro. It was like little shit like that the whole weekend that had me fucking rolling, bro. He was like, oh, okay. And then he said, then when you got into that shit, I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. And I was like, I understand exactly what the fuck he's saying, though. He said it with as few words as necessary. You feel me? But I understand exactly what the fuck he was saying. He was like, oh, this nigga really gonna keep it checking like that.
What my dog is referring to is he gave a speech. He gave a toast during the reception, and he draped his jacket over his shoulders and didn't put his arms through. That's the visual. He put the jacket over his shoulders and he had his arms outside of the jacket, but the jacket was on his shoulders. It was
never
very,
dropped, never lost.
Yeah, it was very players ballish. If that's a visual that the COWmunity is familiar with, if you watch Chappelle's show, I think Chappelle, Silky John Steen, he do the same joint where he put the jacket over his shoulders, but he don't put his arms through the arms of the jacket. And it's some slick shit. I did it. I went to the ballet a few weeks ago. Pulled the same move. Got a lot of compliments.
Exactly. He said, "Hold up, right in my bag." You feel me?
Yeah, we throw that thing right, man.
It can't even be mad.
We turned up on tax day, 4/15/2023, and didn't end the night. With me, some of my closest friends at the strip club, eating a wonderful breakfast, throwing some dollar bills on some woman heels with my lady.
Your audio skipping around, and it went da-da-da-da-da-da-da at the strip club. I said, "Oh, that's gonna be fire on the podcast."
Yeah, man.
It definitely was way more of a turn up than I thought a wedding could be. That was kind of funny. It was dope. It went by so fast. They say only your wedding go by so fast, but your wedding went by fast, bro. It was a great time. Shouts out to Miss Murph wife. She did an amazing job. I went to that nigga Murph, and I was like, man, I had Peep Shorty the whole weekend. I ain't see her read no cue cards or nothing. Did Shorty rehearse what she been practicing for months? Like, what the hell going on? She a professional? You brought in a ringer? What's going on? I just started interrogating this nigga. And when he finally started laughing, he was like, "Nah, man, she do this shit for like work and shit." Apparently, she is a pro, but she did an amazing fucking job. It did come across your desk. Shouts out to you. You were fantastic. I've been talking good about you behind your back ever since then.
Yeah, it's I've officiated a couple.
Not that I ever talked bad about you behind your back, but I make it a habit to talk good about people behind their back. Yeah. If you ever hear what I've been saying about you, it's gonna make you smile, whoever ye may be.
Yeah, Shawty did a thing, man. I've officiated 2 weddings. She did an impeccable job, better than she. Like I'm very seldom in the moment, like really in the moment, and I don't know if it was divine intervention or what have you, man, but getting to stand up there like with my shorty, holding her hands, man, and listening to like Christian give her officiate or officiant speech or a sermon or whatever you call it, bro. It was super dope. But like, yeah, God was speaking through her, bro. Like, it was like with the things she was saying was super fucking dope and really helped me to be in the moment, man. So shouts out to her. I couldn't have been happy with how that turned out.
The enunciation, but to be personable, to be relatable, like, it's hard to communicate all of that in the same voice. You usually have to choose between them. You know what I'm saying? She was fantastic.
Yeah.
She was fantastic.
It was one of a kind, man. So yeah, she sincerely blessed us, man, and we was blessed the entire week, like leading up to the entire day, man.
Like,
couldn't have asked for a better
that's
day.
a role normally held by a member of the clergy. So there's a level of respect that needs to be conveyed, but there's a feel, even though I do know her, she made you feel like anybody in the room knew her, you know what I'm saying? And was a part of it, just like they were a part of the love, whether you were there for you or you were there for Carmen. We were all one in that moment. And as the officiant, she was the maestro of that moment, and she had that motherfucker wizard wand flittering, you feel me?
Yeah.
Shouts out to Miss Murph, aka Harry Potter.
Harriet Potter.
I just timestamped that we could delete it from the podcast
Good this week, man. Yeah.
But I gotta ask
dog
you,
got here to you.
I gotta ask you this, bruh. And then you could do your wrap up after this. Or we could just get back in and talk about the wedding. But I got this timestamp and I'll bookend it. Bruh, I told you, bruh. I tried to get bruh to go before me, but he insisted. Like, he didn't really insist, but he was like, oh, you want to go last? And I was like, oh, I'm not going to do all that with you. You can go last. And then I went and I did my thing. You feel me?
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about the toast? What was the conversation for the newlyweds about the toast? Like, I ain't really on some tell me about me shit. Y'all could keep that private forever. You feel me? But please tell me about how you felt about the order and how that situation played out. That shit. We was at the table. Like, I'm so glad I got to go sit down for it so I could enjoy it. Talk to me, bro. How'd you feel about the choices that he took? Like, really just hit me with the Madden play-by-play, man. It was an experience. Like, Lank and his wife had me fucking rolling, boy. When I tell you they bro. Funny as fuck together.
Funny as fuck.
Could you hear them?
Some of the same. Nah, I didn't hear them at the wedding, but I did hear them once we got to the after party.
Bruh,
they shared they thought
as he keep going through.
It was Lank's wife. It was wifey who really, she was like, free it.
At the wedding, bro, as he going through it, bro, he had just said something about the youth. She looked me dead in my face and was like, if he named one more ex bitch, ain't nobody gonna do anything? Ain't nobody gonna do something? And she started looking around. That nigga named one more like ex, bro. And that nigga Lank popped out of nowhere like Spider-Man with 2 drinks, handed his wife a drink and said, man, ain't nobody gonna do something? And I was like, oh, y'all the perfect pair. The timing was so crazy. He's like, ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Bro. Is it gonna have to be me? I'm already standing up. She's like, sit down. That nigga was on one, boy. But you tell me about your thoughts on it. The black table was having the whole room was black, but I say the black table because we was black niggas. We was black at a wedding. I can't wait to get back up and I had time to just talk, like hit the driving range before the round. Yeah, I can't wait to just talk about the wedding, man. That shit was crazy. And the honeymoon and shit.
I'm gonna give you some insight to. It's been talked about several times, but between this is why I tell Shawty everything is because she knew all of this shit. Like, these are things, all these stories that he was sharing, she already knew. So that was the good thing about it, is that none of this shit was a shock to my lady. It was just a shock that everybody was hearing it at my wedding. And so the thing that there was one instance where there was a lack of clarity, and that was the one where he was like, yeah, because he was dating this chick and he brought her home, or he was dating her, and like he had stopped talking to her, some shit like that, and like she had came back through Houston and me and her was cool. So we got up one day and like she came to the crib and he made it sound like I took his like sloppy seconds or some shit and like smashed her on the couch. And Carmen was like, you didn't tell me that happened. I was like, oh, no, that was a lack of clarity on Cuz' part. She slept on the couch in the crib, but I was in my room. Like, I had nothing to do with this. And so Farley brought that shit up. We had, once I got back from the honeymoon, we had poker night, and Farley brought that shit up. He's like, Sam, you almost fucked. Like, you really fucked up and had Fred out here looking like he was taking your sloppy seconds or some shit because you didn't clarify what the fuck had happened with that chick. He was like, it's in your phone. I'm sure it is right now. Read through that shit right now, right here. And he read back through it. He was like, oh, fuck. And he's like, exactly, bro. He was like, did you not proofread this shit for clarity?
That's what was wild for the table. Like, when they noticed that he was reading this shit, they was like, he playing this? He not drunk? I said, oh, he drunk. He definitely drunk. But that ain't, I don't know what's going on. You feel? It was a good time.
For me and Shawty, like it was. Yeah, it was a good time, man. I told like
So
it was,
y'all
it was
took
a good
it in
speech.
good
Like,
spirit?
once it got, man, we wasn't tripping, bro. Like we legit wasn't tripping, man. It was funny to hear everybody's reaction to it because my Uncle Wayne
Bruh.
even made. He like, hey man, Cub put all your little business out there, didn't it?
That nigga Uncle Wayne
Look,
said, I'm glad I
look.
finished my little drink after you said to the rose. I had to drink on that. You feel me? I said, you knew it. I started to say, take that, Hawkins. You lost one. You feel me? We got you. We just
Yeah,
keep getting
man.
stronger. We taking the best of you. Just start
man.
beefing with them right then and there.
That shit was funny, man. That shit was funny. Yeah, because buddy, he recovered well, man. Like he eventually got to me being a good guy.
Yeah, he got there. It took a minute.
Yeah,
I ain't know he was going. I ain't know that's where everything was headed.
But also,
I thought it was gonna end with the so you're hanging up your pecker. What? So you're hanging it up, eh? You sure? I thought he was gonna hit you with that after you done already said I do. Go ahead.
what he be hitting other motherfuckers with? Like, because he gives speeches at literally everybody wedding. And it's only two that he's given that's been mild, which is mine and our other homie who's a doctor.
That was the mild speech?
Dog, this is what this nigga said at one of the homies' speech, bro. And like, this is what he said at the nigga wedding, at his rehearsal dinner, in front of this man's family, his wife family, his homie's sister. This is what he said. He said, it's crazy. If you go to, I'm going to change the name. If you go to Michael's Facebook feed, you would think he was fucking his sister. He said that. He said that. So I got off light. Light. If you went to his Facebook feed, you think he was, I can't even say what the other thing, because people go watch this and like once GSH really get the popping and we got an audience of 100,000, it's gonna get around to it. But I just can't have it on. I can't have this on wax. I can't even say the other shit he said. But it was bad. It was bad, bro. You could, bro. It was one of the moments like where, like, his Bone hit me up. He like, bro, we really gotta write like a sitcom because we done been in some funny shit. It was one of the moments where some funny shit happened or like some wild shit. Somebody say something wild and you don't hear anything but like the gasps of people and like forks hitting plates. Like, oh my God, he said that. And like, he just get real uncomfortable in that bitch. But yeah, man, Big Dog got a set on him and he'll say some shit. He will say some shit.